Hi, this is Ofori, the digital reader, and today I'm going to be talking about Soho Press. Soho Press is a DRM-free bookseller. Well, to be honest, and I'll say this a couple times, about 70% of their books are DRM-free, and their focus is mostly literary fiction, crime, mystery, and they have a young adult imprint called Soho Teen. Their about is Soho Press is an independent book publisher based in Manhattan, founded in 1986. Soho publishes 80 to 100 books a year across its Soho Press, Soho Crime, Soho Teen, and Hell's 100 imprints, and is known for introducing bold literary voices, award-winning crime fiction, and groundbreaking young adult fiction. So like I said, Soho Press is mostly going to be literary fiction of a wide variety of different types. They have a couple memoirs, but mostly it's literary fiction. Soho Crime is going to be crime and mystery fiction, and then Soho Teen is their young adult imprint. So let's go ahead and take a quick look and see what we got here. We'll jump into the store, and then from the store we'll go ahead and take a look at their different imprints: Soho Press, Soho Crime, and Soho Teen, just so you can kind of get a quick look at the kind of books that they would have there. So Soho Press, it's a wide variety of different stuff, but it's mostly literary fiction. They do have some non-fiction memoirs, but it's mostly literary fiction. I do kind of wish that they broke down their genres a little bit with a little bit more granularity, because you do kind of have to hunt and peck a little to kind of see something that's going to be a fit for you. What I found was really helpful is, actually for me, that kind of helped me whittle it down, is when you go to the store, look at series, because they have a lot of series. One of the series that really stood out to me that they have on their site is they're the publisher for the Slough House series. If you watch any Apple TV, you've probably seen the series Slow Horses. This is the author that does the series for Slow Horses. This is when I kind of realized about 70% of the books on this site are DRM free, and what I'm finding is a lot of the more popular authors, like 1 or 2 or 3 of their books, are going to have DRM, and they'll send you a link to either ebooks.com or Kobo or to Amazon. But the other interesting part is that for most of the authors, if they have 2 or 3 books that have DRM, they're going to have 4 or 5 books that don't have DRM in their series. So that was a little bit of a disappointment, but still, since like 70% of the books are DRM free, I still felt it was worth showcasing this site. So as I do whenever I review a site, I buy a book to just make sure and let you know if there are any kinks in the process. And after looking through the books, one series that stood out to me that kind of interested me was The Mysteries of Ancient Greece by Gary Corby. The description is: Nikolaos is a young son of a sculptor in 5th century BC Athens who discovers he has a knack for solving mysteries. Aided by the wise, if a bit of a know-it-all, Princess Diotima, Nikolaos is hired by high-profile Athenians to get to the bottom of their most troubling problems. Gary Corby's delightful pot boilers are historically inspired and full of real personages. I'm fine. As I get older, I'm getting more and more into literary fiction. And I don't even know if it's as I'm getting older. I just think last year I really broke out of my mold as far as the books I normally read, and I didn't realize I enjoyed literary fiction so much. So this definitely seemed like something I was going to get. So looking at the books, I wanted to choose the first in the series, but the first 2 books, the Ionia Sanction and the Pericles Commission, sadly those books have DRM. So the 3rd book in the series, the Sacred Games, did not have DRM. So I'm going to get Sacred Games, and then I'm actually going to just suck it up. You know, I'm finding myself more and more resistant to getting books that have DRM. And at some point, I'm just not anymore. I mean, I'm seeing a lot of really good, really legitimate booksellers who just don't have DRM. But, you know, at least for now, I'll probably get the first book in the series. And if I like it, then I'll continue on. But as far as buying this, once you have the book up, you can see that it shows you all the places you can buy it from. You can get paperback. It gives you Amazon, Barnes and Nobles, you know, IndieBound, and the EPUB option. The EPUB option, of course, I'm going to choose because that's going to give me a DRM-free EPUB, and it's $9.99. So what I'm going to do is click that, and that's going to take me to the purchase portal. The purchase portal uses Shopify, and Shopify is a very common pay method across the internet. So if it has Shopify, then what I'm just going to do is just let you know if any kinks occur along the way. But basically, no real kinks occurred in the purchasing process. The only kink I could say is with Shopify, I could not use PayPal in their instance of Shopify. I had to use my credit card. I had no issues with it as far as using my credit card. And usually when I create these videos, I post them a couple weeks after I initially create them. So if something pops up and somebody charges a trip to the Bahamas on my credit card, I'd already know by now. No issues at all. The only kink that occurred is once I had completed the purchase, that it says click here to download your digital goods. And if you click that link right after you make the purchase, basically nothing will happen. It'll try to download it and then it'll say fail to download. So after you buy the book, ignore that click here to download your digital goods and go to your email. And in your email, you're going to see an email from Soho Press, and that email will have a link. Click that link, and then once you click that link, it'll take you to your download, and you can download the book from there. Or you can actually just save it straight to Dropbox, which is kind of cool, but you can download it there. Now, they do give you a limited number of downloads, so you can download the book 3 times, but I found a couple websites do that, and I'm not that stressed about that because, once again, when I download the book, the nice thing about this whole, you know, owning your own books is you download the book, you put it on your computer, and you just make sure you're backing up your information. So I have no issue with that. So once I download the book, then that's pretty much it. You can see the EPUB comes up. A lot of times with these sites, the EPUB won't be a name, it'll just be a string of numbers, but that's no big issue because usually right after I get the EPUB, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to, you know, open up my Calibre, and once I open up my Calibre, then I'll add the book via Calibre, and once I add the book via Calibre, then it'll pop up with the title, and if it doesn't have summary information, then I'll just go online and get the summary and add it to my information. So that's Soho Press. I hope that was useful to you. And as always, this is Euphoria the Digital Reader, and keep reading.